The creeply, I called it the creeply when I was a child. My parents thought that was very amusing. Why don't you want to go to bed, champ? Do you think the creeply will visit? But their mocking laughter didn't pierce me as much as the stabbing terror that would accompany its visit. Not every night. I was allowed a reprieve. It would appear only every few weeks, long enough for me to begin, desperately, to wonder if I was finally free. But it would inevitably appear again. The creeply didn't visit. I didn't have the words to describe it then, but it would materialize. The darkness would begin to merge into itself, like a crepuscular slurry, in one isolated location, furthest away from the door. That darkness there seemed darker, somehow, deeper. It was like a pool of black water beginning to ripple as something emerged, and then the creeply would construct itself from that shadow. Slowly at first, and in the earlier days when I was as confused as I was scared, it was a laborious process, as though it was still learning what it could do, how it could assemble itself in this world. It would stretch long, distorted, shadowy arms about its hazy form, as though tearing apart and resolidifying pieces of itself. Once done, it would simply stand. Hunch, perhaps. It is difficult to stare at darkness, true darkness, and really see. But it was there, monstrous and ineffable, almost to the height of the ceiling, with great bowed legs and tendril-like arms that were so long as to brush against the floor. And it would stand. It would not face me at first, as though it was thinking. And I truly believe that it was indeed thinking, perhaps of where it had come to, or even worse, where it had come from, whatever pocket of hell it was that had birthed it. Perhaps it didn't want to go back. It would turn slowly, its eyes great gray saucers, wide with the madness of another realm, cat-like pupils darting from place to place, as if calculating the patterns of shadow and light, trying to understand. Yes, it wanted to understand, I know that now. It was many occasions later that it actually began to notice me. After all, why would it do so immediately? I was bundled up, stilling my breathing, and begging silently to be anywhere but there. I still wake up remembering that first time it found me. Its long, shadowy ape arms had brushed silently across every surface until it found my warmth. And it stopped. My heartbeat had been in my throat. Had it heard my fear or smelled my sweat of terror? It grasped me, gently but with intent. Intent to understand. I did not know that at the time. Even as a child, I knew that I would die. Or worse, I would be dragged back to the creeply's domain. Perhaps I would wake up on the other side, silently trying to understand that side of the mirror. But it did not go further. It remained silent. Eventually, the creeply would disappear with the nascent morning light, as though those rays were bleaching it back out of existence. It was not the terror of sleep. I'm begging you to understand that, because I had lulled myself into that artifice for a long time, and I bore witness to the consequences. Yes, I know that it just wanted to understand, but it did not understand, and perhaps never could. I do not think that its mind, such as it was, could ever be at home in this world of light. I don't know what circumstance occurred which allowed it to traverse the liminal gateway between two distinct places, one of life, my life, and one of likely some indescribable hell. But it was not right. It should never have come, and I should have tried to stop it. But I was a child. It had emerged at around the same time, when my parents had gone to sleep early as well. The house was entirely dark, and my door had been left wide open. I think I had done that myself. I don't know why, but I know now that it had been a mistake. The shadow is like water to the creeply. It flows where the tides of darkness may take it. After it had adjusted, as it normally does, it had noticed the point of egress, and it had followed the flow. Perhaps whatever instincts drove it meant that it could not do anything else. A form of demonic osmosis. Yes, I heard the screams that night. I do not know why it treated my parents differently. How could I? Haven't I told you that it was an unknowable creature? Perhaps they startled it. I truly think it only ever wanted to understand. Maybe that was its way of understanding. The next day, after the emerging sun had again bleached away my visitor, is a blur. There had been blood and viscera and gore. Yes. I didn't quite know how to describe it at the time, but it was like that, I see now. I did not talk for a long time because what could I say? How could a kid do that? A fucking kid. Someone had said that in the frenzy. I still don't know what it meant. What will I do if you let me go? I will go back home, of course. Yes, I know my parents aren't there anymore. Yes, I know it's been a long time. I won't be going back for them. I'll be going back for the Creeply. I want to apologize to it, of course. It just wanted to understand.